Welcome back. Big show ahead. Conversation this morning. Joining the conversation is CFRA investment strategist Lindsay Bell, along with American Enterprise Institute president Arthur C. Brooks is here. And Arthur, great to have you here.
Thank you.
See
great to be with
Lindsay,
you.
always a pleasure to see you. You're out with a new book called Love Your Enemies: How Decent People Can Save America from the Culture of Contempt. Perfect timing to write such a book with all of the polarizing going on in this country.
For sure. I mean, I was, over the past couple of years, I've seen kind of this freight train coming down the tracks, that's pulling the country apart. And I was just blown away to see these data that 1 in 6 Americans have actually stopped talking to a family member or a close friend because of politics since the 2016 election. And there's wonderful stuff that shows that we're actually more polarized than the Israelis and Palestinians. That's how much we actually don't understand each other. I wrote the book on how we can actually be more persuasive, make our arguments better, and at the same time become happier. So this is really a guidebook on how to do that.
And is this about Trump derangement syndrome?
It's about everybody's derangement syndrome. And what you find is that the Democrats are deranged about the Republicans are deranged about the Democrats. And in point of fact, 93% of us don't want to hate our neighbors. We hate how polarized we become as a country. So we actually can disagree. We should disagree, but we can do so and be happier and actually win more arguments if we do it right.
Stay off social media.
Yeah,
Isn't
for
that
sure.
part of the problem? Because even over the weekend, it's the language that people use for attention. I was looking at Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's little speech, or whatever you want to call it, at South by Southwest, and she was talking about automation and the use of the rise of robots in the workplace. And she said, we should not be haunted by the specter of being automated out of work. We should be excited by that. But the reason we're not excited by it is because we live in a society where if you don't have a job, you are left to die. And that is, at its core, our problem. It's that kind of language that, again, people say these incendiary things for attention. And we let them get away with it, and then I just quoted her, so I'm part of the problem.
Well, I mean, the big problem is that a lot of people on social media in particular are anonymous, and so they say things that they wouldn't ever say in person. And just in general, you're not a human when you're not in person with somebody else, looking into somebody else's eyes. And as a result of that, we don't see another person who simply has a different point of view. So I do recommend that people take a lot more time off social media. I recommend that people, when they're on social media, that they take responsibility for what they say, and that they mute the 7% of Americans that are actually trying to fire us up and make us angry with each other, because they're getting rich and powerful and famous on the basis of this, including a lot of politicians that we all know.
Yeah, it's certainly the issue of the day.